All right, Hermione, she figured it out. It's quite a challenge, but I managed to translate the note. The contents are troubling, to say the least. In it, Lethifold details to Bargheist. I'm assuming how they successfully used the Calamity to obtain some artifact that had once passed through Borgin and Burks. It is as I feared then. Others have discovered how to manipulate the Calamity. Yo, okay, so it's others. It's other people. I don't think it's other people. Who? Yo, this is your boy James over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in this Unite content. And today is the start of the brilliant event, Dumbledore's Army Part 1. And yes, we're about to dive into some dialogue, story, knock out these tasks, and see if we can finally find out who is behind the Calamity. First, we have Harry coming in. Fantastic news, Hermione. I was successfully able to start a new surge in the Calamity by getting it to snatch my memories of Dumbledore's army. Why is he starting another surge? That explains why there were 3 Neville Longbottoms in my office, Hermione says. I can't say I share your enthusiasm that a new surge has begun. However, you've already proven yourself capable of manipulating the Calamity. Why start another? Great question, Hermione. Ever since the last surge began, I felt a sense of deep foreboding. Now, Harry can sense the Calamity now that he's been able to tap into it and control it. So he's been sensing a lot of darkness as of late. I thought it might be a byproduct of the dark nature of that surge, the last one we just had, but it hasn't dissipated since the surge ended. If anything, it's gotten stronger. I fear the Calamity is building up to something nefarious. So when I sense someone, perhaps Lethifold or Bargheist from that letter we intercepted, starting to manipulate the Calamity again, I immediately tried to wrench control away. Yo! It's like they're steering the wheel. What? You could do that? It wasn't easy, but it appears I've managed to override this surge with one of my own. That's brilliant, Harry. The ability to redirect the surge will go a long way towards preventing the Calamity's power from being abused, corrupted by dark magic. Even so, I'd rather we stamp out this surge quickly. Something about it feels off to me. Something's off. Well, she just said that. Hermione just said that. But anyway, we're going to knock out these tasks and then hopefully reveal some dialogue when placing these images and get some answers. Let's get this party started, y'all. That was surprisingly quick. The spawns have been amazing with the tonic, and that's a continuation from the Halloween event. But I'm finished. I'm finished with task 1, so let's collect these rewards right quick and get to task 2. Earn 7,000 Whizzing XP from traces on the map. Collect 5 brilliant Dumbledore Army rune stones, and use Brew for Brain Elixirs 2 times. I'm gonna pop a Brew for Brain Elixir and hopefully knock this out as fast as task 1. Yo, so we are finishing task number 2 as I collect my rewards here again. The tonic has been clutch in regards to spawns, event-specific spawns, which is a nice change. Noticed it with the Halloween event again, and it's good to see it's continuing with the Dumbledore's Army Brilliant event. So that being said, we're on to task number 3, where we have return 15 brilliant Neville Longbottom foundables, brew 7 potions, and use 5 potions and wizarding challenges. Now I am out going to get some groceries right quick, some small stuff, and hunker down as we watch the news in regards to the election in the United States. So that's happening. But I wanted to say this on that topic. No matter who is elected president, you guys continue to be positive and show love. Spread lumos. You never realize the influence you have on people until you actually apply it for the better. And once you realize that, it's a powerful thing. And if each one reaches one with love, with patience, with lumos, this world would be a better place. So don't stress about the macro side of things, particularly here in the United States. Worry about your sphere of influence, because you're more powerful than you give yourself credit. So we are back on day 5, I think. Day 5 of the brilliant event, Dumbledore's Army. And we are out here with the kiddos doing some training on this Friday. And getting ready for the weekend and finishing up the event. We knocked out a lot of it on our live stream, Wizarding Wednesdays. We finished task 4 and put a dent into task, the bonus assignment. And as you can see here, I just unlocked the port keys, which I think that is all the port keys I need for the bonus assignment. Yep, that is correct. So all I got to do left is use extended potions and place the images, which is what I'm going to do last for the dialogue. So we're going to get some drills in, knock that out, and then go over the dialogue. So let's do this. Boys on the final task for the bonus assignment, which is place the images, which is where we get the dialogue. So let's do the exploration foundables. Let's start with Lee. Remember, coming from Constance quite a few surges back, how after we returned foundables of ourselves, we were left with memories of conversations with Grim Folly we never actually had. I do remember that. That was 1 year later brilliant event back in June. I remember, says Hermione, Grim implanted those memories to try to communicate with us. Why do you ask? Has it happened again? Constance, yes, to your old friend Lee Jordan. Apparently, he's suddenly been able to recall an unfamiliar, unsettling memory of a wizard making an example of another wizard by using the Cruciatus. Mercifully, he spared the details, but it sounded awful. Why are they putting those memories in the fragments in the first place? This is Harry Surge. He should be the only one able to communicate using the Calamity. Why would he subject a friend to something so vile? Unless Constance, did Lee get a good look at either of the wizards' faces? He tried, but the memory was too foggy to make anyone out clearly. What was clear to him, however, was the feeling that the memory was meant to be a message. Is that a threat from whoever's behind it, Lethalfold, Bargeist? Because the surge was happening from either Lethalfold or Bargeist. Harry came in and redirected it. So the initial surge was caused by them, not Harry. So Harry didn't implant those memories. If it's not a threat, it's a memory. Unless something Grim was going through while he was away. during the first year of the calamity. Oh my gosh. It's either like a torture or initiation type thing within whoever is controlling it, the calamity or the group of witches and wizards. I think it's our video linked somewhere. I'll have it linked below. Or Grimm sending some information, which we thought it was Grimm being one, either Letterfold or Bargeist from the last Brilliant event. At least that's what Constance suggested. So if Constance is suggesting things, you gotta take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, Harry, I just had a rather concerning talk with Neville Longbottom. Since we returned his foundable, he's been able to distinctly recall a memory of a conversation with an unknown wizard. There we go again. Why are they implanting memories in these two? In it, the wizard questions his loyalties and tried to coerce him into making an unbreakable vow to prove it. Yo, this has to be an initiation. This has to be an initiation. Oh my gosh. Yo, R. Oh, it's probably not them, but still, like, I think it's them. Why them though? Why these two? Oh, okay. So the reason it's them, it wasn't supposed to be Lee or Neville in the first place. Harry did that. It wasn't initially supposed to be them. It was supposed to be somebody else or something else. Maybe something at Grimm, but Harry came in and brought in his memories of Dumbledore's army, and now Lee and Neville are dealing with these memories. Who was it originally meant for then? Who was this message originally meant for? Unless it was Grimm. But that would mean that someone was able to use Calamity to communicate during a surge they didn't create. How is that possible? To be honest, I'm less concerned with the how than the why and who. I've no doubt that someone sent this memory for a reason. Figuring that out may be the key to uncovering who Letterfold and Bargeist are and what they're planning to do. Dumbledore's goat. Dumbledore's army owes a great deal to Aberforth Dumbledore. If he hadn't sent Dobby to rescue me, Harry, and Ron from Malfoy Manor, we likely would have died. He even supplied food and water to our friends hiding from the Carrows in the Room of Requirement. I suppose the point I'm trying to make is that Aberforth does not deserve the dodgy reputation, though I can't say I understand his interest in the goats. When I learned that Marietta had triggered the Jinx Hermione places on this parchment by rattling Dumbledore's army out to Umbridge, I believe she was a foul get and a traitor. But perhaps she was just afraid. That doesn't excuse her actions, of course, but I understand why she felt she had no choice. People often assume I must have been fearless to confront, oh, he's talking about his, with Voldemort. Like I did, but the truth is I was afraid, terrified, really. Even so, I was able to overcome my fear. All right, so Harry talking about his fear, realized standing up to him was more important. That's the mark of real courage, not a lack of fear, but the ability to continue on in spite of. Poor Ariana Dumbledore. To this day, I'm not sure what's more tragic, her untimely death or the guilt Dumbledore must have felt. That's it. Someone has clearly figured out how to embed messages in other surges. Grimm is the only one we know of so far. I think the members of R. I'm not so sure about that. Harry, you created this surge in response to someone else starting to manipulate the calamity. In other words, another surge was already in its preliminary stages when you intervened. Exactly, thank you. We both thought you were successful in wrenching control away from them, but what if that wasn't entirely the case? What if parts of this witch or wizard surge, namely those memories, got absorbed into yours? Thank you. I'm far from an expert on calamity, but it certainly seems plausible, doesn't it? In which case, it raises all sorts of concerning questions. If my theory is correct, more elements of this witch or wizard surge will likely continue to manifest once the surge picks back up again. Oh, come on. There's memories that were meant for somebody as a message from Bargeist and Letterfold. And Cruciatus curses and unspeakable vows were part of the memories. And this seems like, an initiation. Or something that happened with someone who's controlling the calamity. Who's the message for?